Hello, welcome to Truth Television. Who's this?
This is John.
Hi, John. What would you like to say?
Well, got to back up a little here when you're talking about the coal and environmental impact and stuff. I think what we should be more concerned about is the depletion of the total weight of the Earth. Now, in argument against that, there was some scientist guy here several years ago that put a pound of, well, I'm going to call it a pound. I don't remember the exact figures. But anyway, he put, let's say, a pound of coal in a sealed container and burned it. He put it in the container, weighed the container, burnt the coal in the sealed container, and the container weighed the same after the coal had burnt and gone. And so that was his proof that we're not depleting the weight of the Earth. But what happened when he uncorked that thing and let those gases out into the atmosphere? And we are depleting the total weight of the Earth by millions of tons every day in oil, coal, timber, and my fear is somewhere down the road, maybe it could be 1,000 years or something, the Earth's going to get too light to stay in orbit. That this scientist claimed that no weight is ever lost or gained, but if it's turned out into the atmosphere, and we don't exactly have a glass globe around us, the atmosphere is open to the whole galaxy, and so some of that stuff is bound to dissipate into the atmosphere, and I think that the Earth is probably getting lighter.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Do you have a response?
Yes, I think that's a great question. I do believe that the Earth is getting lighter, and that would explain it. So far as I know, the Earth actually is getting closer to the Sun. I'm not sure if it's just because it is getting lighter. It has to do with the speed at which the planet came into orbit with the Sun and how that progresses over time. But if the weight of the planet is the problem, I believe that we can develop the technology to bring nearby asteroids to the planet and increase the planet's mass. We can get some fresh water and possibly some new resources that way too.
What if they hit us, though, those big asteroids? I've seen those movies. The big asteroids hitting.
I'm willing to consider that and give it over to some top scientists to work on. Honestly, I think they can bring it in at a reasonable pace to, do it safely. There's lots of good people that are always willing to take on new projects, and that sounds like a win-win situation to me. That is much more realistic than the recent win-win situation proposed by the City Council.
Well, another concept that I have is that, pumping the oil out of the ground, I think that oil is a natural lubricant for the tectonic plates. And they've been pumping oil out of Southern California for over 100 years, and they're the highest quake prominent place in the United States. And I think that is at least partially caused by the fact that there's so much friction between the plates now that's not being greased by crude oil.
It's just take life one day at a time, and what happens happens. There's a certain chaos theory that you can't guarantee what's going to happen tomorrow. So you just go with it.
Do the best you can. Right?
Definitely.